Hello Fash fam and welcome to TamarasPalace once again. Today's video is this beautiful illusion dress. Let's get into it. Now this is the drafting. I'm not going to focus on that, but this is a princess bustier. If you want me to do a video on this, put it in the comment section and I'll do it for you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, please like, please comment, please subscribe, turn on your notification bell. You would not regret it here. So as we've seen, this is the cutout piece. I've cut out the net. This is the skin. Look at how it enters into my skin. Yes, ensure that when you are doing illusion, make sure that the net goes with your client's skin. It is important. Okay, so and then that's it. Look at it. Look how it melts into the skin. If you see me in person with this, you know. Now another thing I always like to do is to cut my skin net in two. It's not compulsory, but I always just like it for the durability. So I use one to turn the other neckline. Now for the Ankara, the smaller piece is actually the center front. It's on fold, but because it's a plunging V neckline, the front fold is like really little. The side piece as well is also double. So I'll be cutting lining for just the Ankara. Do not cut lining for your net. Same thing applies to the back. We have 4 pieces of net here because we have a zip allowance at the back, so you know that back is going to be open. So I'm going to turn the neck of each of the net as well. And like I said, with the front, the Ankara fabric is doubled as well here, and then we're going to cut lining for that only. So we're not going to cut lining for net. That would look really funny. All right, now let's move to our stays. Now this is the wording. I've already ironed the wording here, leaving half inch all round. Like that's how I do it. Now I'm just going to show you here. I always like to fold my top bust. I fold like half inch away, and I just mark that curve around. See how I'm marking it with the biro there. I shape the side too. The side shaping there, just make sure that the whole thing is not more than, depends on the size of the person, but it should not be more than the person's bust point to bust point measurement as well. Just shape that side, let it go around, really know, but just make sure that the widest part of it, which is the nipple side, should not be more than like your customer's bust point to bust point. Okay, and for the center front as well, you are going to still do the same thing, but just leaving half inch like I showed you. Now this is the bodice, like the whole bodice. This is for the back, and I'm using a soft paper stay here. I use this here because the Ankara is a really high quality Ankara. It is 100% cotton, so I didn't really need to use stay, but you know you could also use stay. So once you're done with that, iron is what is the next thing. It is really important that you make sure that your stay stays properly on it. Now you may be wondering that I already back and front of the material. No, since I cut the material on fold, I have the wrong sides, on both sides. I could just flip it and then iron. This illusion neckline is actually one of my most requested videos, and I really hope that this video does well. So please like, subscribe, share. Please feel free to comment. Like, I wouldn't know what to do as a video for you if you do not tell me in the comment section. So please, 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 please. Now I'm ironing the wording, and like I said, leave half inch at the top bust, like at the neckline part area. Just leave half inch there. Yes, and then your wording should not exceed your under bust. It should not exceed your under bust. The wording should stop at the under bust. So even this is how to iron your bustier, whether it's a princess dad bustier or a normal straight bustier. Okay. All right, so this is the neck. This is the net. So I've turned them. I've joined the shoulder, both the back and front. I like to do it that way. I've joined them. So now I want to put the net in the front. Okay, so you may notice that I'm only doing this with the Ankara first of all. It's easier that way. So I've tried the method to put it in between the lining and the Ankara immediately, and this has actually been easier for me. So you see, I'm doing the front first, but I already joined the shoulder of both the back and the front together. But this is just me sewing the illusion neckline first for the front. All right. So just carefully, don't rush, just sew it, and it will come out looking as clean as you want it. So I fixed it. Now it's time to do the same thing for the back. So just look at that. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention for the front is that make sure you've actually sewn that bustier down, like that opening for your nipple side there. Make sure you've sewn that down before you do your before you sew underneath. Now, the next thing I'm doing here is sewing the lining the same way we've done for the front. So we're going to sew that bustier part, like the bust part of it. We're going to sew it, join it together, so the pieces becomes as one, just like what you are seeing now. Then we're going to place it front side facing front side. Okay, front facing front. That's very important so that your work would look neat on the inside. Front facing front. Align or like around, align the neckline properly, and then you begin to sew. Now you're sewing, make sure you push that net inside well, as you see me doing. Then you are going to sew exactly on the previous sewing or a little bit away from it on the sewing allowance of the previous one. I hope that makes sense. All right, so we can do this. Now just keep just keep managing it and pushing it gently, and gently you can turn it. Another thing you can actually do is to make the two sides of the front separate pieces. You can make them separate pieces if you do not want this little fold there. Now if your client is fine with it, you could just make the whole front, but it's like fully illusion, so next all through. But why I did not like the net at the lower part is because of having the net to hold the lower part of the dress. I did not feel safe with it. You wouldn't want your client when she's dancing at a wedding and then somebody steps on her dress and then the net in front there rips, because that is the only thing holding it. So that's why I do not want that. But it's also an option you can use. Next thing is to notch the whole of that sewing that you've made so that it sits properly and it is staying flat on it. So at TamarasPalace we have physical classes, we have online classes, so you could just, in the description you'll see more of that. Now I brought the back and the front, the side seams, and I'm just joining them together. Yes, that's me joining the front part of the dress to the back. Did the same thing for the lining, join them at the side seams, front and back, join them front facing front, yes, join them. Yeah, with lining too, you are going to turn the back neckline just the way we did the front. The same thing works for it. So, and once you do that, you have the complete body is just the way it should look. All right. So in the comment section, you can always rate the work. This is the finished look, so rate my work. See you next time. Thank you for watching.